Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the most difficult trading card games to get into. With over 10,000 different cards and so many different products to choose from, where do you even begin? Using a budget of just £30 a week, I set out to mould my own deck and climb the competitive ladder all the way to the European Championships. The challenge? All my cards have to be obtained through sealed official products. I'm not allowed to trade, I'm not allowed to buy cards individually, and instead have to rely on the cold, hard luck of the draw. You're watching Yu-Gi-Oh! From scratch. Hello, welcome back to episode 9 plus 10.
What's 9 plus 10?
21?
You stupid!
In this episode, not only are we going to be attending another Scottish regional, but now that you guys know the full set list of Duel Overload, thanks to yours truly and a couple of other people, we can discuss how this release is going to affect our journey and what changes can be made to our plan going forward. And let me tell you, it gets pretty juicy. But first, we're due a couple of shoutouts, so big thanks going out to Michael Cheng, Aaron Gardner, Flamelord Joe, and Jacob Ragan Hansen. All of these guys made a contribution through either Patreon or YouTube channel memberships and are helping to continue make this whole thing a possibility. I'm currently in the process of renovating the entire benefits section and commissioning some exclusive artworks to get you guys some nice little goodies as a thanks for all the support. So keep an eye out for that, and in the meantime, you can make your own contribution by following the links in the description. Now, there is a couple of things we do need to get to prepare for Duel Overload, but it releases on the 20th, which is 3 whole weeks away. So purely for this episode, with us going to the regional and all, we're going to continue the search for Seyfert and open some Chaos Impact. I'll speak more about Duel Overload towards the end, but for now, let's go crack open some cardboard. Right, so I wasn't able to go all out on Chaos Impact like I'd expected. I was only able to get my hands on 9 booster packs, which was £2.50 each, leaving me with £7.50. So I spent the last £7.50 on 3 packs of Ignition Assault. I'm not sure if there's actually anything we need out of Ignition Assault. Obviously Lightning Storm would be nice, but other than that, it's pretty much a dead set for us. Obviously the main thing we're looking for here is our second and third copies of Starliege Seyfert. So we have a Cauldron, Bulldozer, Bye Bye Damage, Gladiator Beast, Evil Eye of Gorgonio for the super, and a Trampoline at the back there.
Oh my god! Trampoline! Trampoline!
Oh yeah,
Oh my god!
Pack number 2 presents us with a Burning Shell, Sea Angel, Chubby Dragon, Watrain, Gladiator Beast again, and Dream Mirror Phantasms. I'm actually glad that Duel Overload's just around the corner because I'm getting so bored of Chaos Impact, man. It's just the same cards over and over. So here, of course, we have Laurel, Protocol Gardener, DD Patrol Plane, Dream Mirror, and wow. Okay, 2 Dream Mirror traps in a row. That's interesting. I'm sure that some of you will be excited to hear that one of the artworks I've commissioned is based around Dream Mirrors, so look forward to that. But here we have a Gravity Controller, Eyeshadow, Karakuri Cash-In, Megalith Haggith, Arcjet Lightcraft, and Code Talker Inverted for the super. Another Chaos Impact, we have Gladiator Beast's Comeback, another Chubby Dragon. I'm not going to say that one this time because in the last episode the pronunciation didn't go down so well, and for the holo we have Galaxy Satellite Dragon, so still no like Ultra or Secret yet. I think we're just coming up to the halfway point here, so we should be hitting that Ultra ratio, but we have Crusher Run, Tachyon Spiral Galaxy, Fat Yoda, Dream Mirror Hypnagogia. Yeah, just another super. Looks like our luck is running thin, my guys. Not that I'm complaining, because we did get a Seyfert in the last episode, but here we have a Torture Chamber, Gardener of the Protocol variety, a Motorbike, Nebula Dragon for the rare, and, okay, right, Gladiator Rejection for our first Ultra of the day, and probably our last, judging by how this opening is going. 3 Chaos Impact and 2 Ignition Assault left. Let's narrow that down to 2-2. And hopefully we can pull at least one more higher rarity. So here we've got Protocol Gardener, DD Patrol Plane, Tachyon Spiral, Blessed Winds, and we did actually manage to get a secret, just as I say that. Unchained Soul of Disaster. Looks very nice in the light, it's a very nice shade of blue, but it is unfortunately garbage. No offense to the 4 Unchained players out there, you are getting that new card in the Ignition Assault Special Edition early though, so I'm sure you'll be happy about that. But in this pack of Ignition Assault we have Eyeshadow, Cataclysmic Krusty Boy, the Ancient Warriors Rare, Witchcrafter Jenny for the super, followed by Tinkerbell, And just more commons, really. The amount of commons we've actually amassed over this series is getting pretty ridiculous. We've filled like 2 full boxes of Dual Devastator. But here we have Rafiki, some H2O, a little Cat's Ass, Gladiator Beast United, Phantazos, the Dream Mirror Friend for the Super, and a bunch more commons, leaving us with 1 pack each of Chaos Impact and Ignition Assault. We're going to end on Ignition Assault because wrapping things up with a Lightning Storm would just be sick, but we will do 3 to the front. So we have Luna, the Dark Spirit, Aroma Gardening, continuous spell, Marincess, Wonderheart, link 4, Cauldron of the Old Man, Aromage Laurel, Tachyon Spiral Galaxy, Gladiator Beast Vespasius for the rare, and we have the key at the end. But we have another Dream Mirror Phantasms. Another super. Okay, final pack. Let's do this. Thinking about it, we will have more prize packs from the regional later, but for right now, sticking 3 to the front, we have Head Judging, which was a fun card to play with at Sneak Peek, Karakuri Gamma Oil, Ghostrick Fairy, Time Thief Retrograde, Transcicada, Battle Survivor, the Ancient Warriors Rare, and we got a Synchro, Wind Pegasus Ignister, and Time Thief Chrono Corder. Okay, can't win them all. Yeah, not really complaining, honestly. We did pull a Secret and an Ultra. It does mean, unfortunately, that we have no new additions to our deck for the regional, but honestly, that's no big deal because our deck's pretty powerful as it is. We're actually unable to record at this regional, so I'll get in some practice matches for you and then see you after that with the results. As always, the deck list will be in the description, so wish me luck, and let's win another deck box. Alright, very interesting couple of matches today, starting off with a game against Dinosaurs. We win the die roll and obviously opt to go first, but man, look at this hand. Literally the worst hand we've had in the entire series so far. It's actually unplayable. I could activate Tempest, but that's just a waste of resources. So I have to do a Spiral Favorite and just hard pass. He starts his turn with $100, allowing him to draw 2 cards and then normal summons Oviraptor. Using its effect, he searches for Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, enters the battle phase and swings for 18, and passes turn. Top decking a Brotaur allows us to do something, so I start by normal summoning Brotaur and linking into Striker Dragon, searching for Boot Sector Launch. From there, I banish the Striker Dragon to summon Red MD from hand, who then revives Brotaur, linking into Romulus. Now, with a fresh Dragon Ravine, I can start comboing off by discarding Absorouter to send Seyfert, allowing me to A. search a Rocket and B. summon Black from hand. With Boot Sector Launch being able to summon Tracer from hand, it's pretty obvious that we make it to the Boral Sword and OTK him. Game 2, I side out cards that are kinda useless against Dinosaurs and put in traps which also help against things like Nibiru and Dark Ruler No More, and he chooses to go second. Looking at our hand, it's a massive difference from game 1 because this time we have like one of the best hands we could possibly get, but it doesn't end there because the draws we get off Soyuja are absolutely mad, and with no interruption on his side, we pretty much just instantly win. It's near enough the same board as the one we made against Heroes in the last regional to earn our invite, so let's see if he can break it. He starts off by activating Lost World, which we shotgun with Harbinger, but he has 2 in hand, so he just activates another. Normal summoning Oviraptor, he gets Oviraptor's effect as Chainlink 1 and Lost World's effect as Chainlink 2, so we can't negate that, and he dumps a Giant Rex. On resolution, I activate Spheres, to which he chains Miscellaneousaurus, to which we chain Solemn Strike. So Oviraptor gets bounced, and I summon Tempest off of Spheres' tribute effect. Next up, he activates the effect of Miscellaneousaurus, banishing itself and Giant Rex to summon from deck, but I negate that with Savage, leaving him with just the summon of a Giant Rex and passing turn. Valiant effort, but nowhere near enough, so we just clear the board with Boral Sword and take the match 2-0. Next up, we're playing against Scrap Orkest. Man, it feels like ages since Orkest fell from the tier 1 spot. We do win the die roll again and choose to go first. A very good looking hand, and we even have the Called by the Grave to protect us from hand traps. Playing out our combo, he does drop an Ash Blossom on the Magius search, but I don't even need to use Called by the Grave here, we can just play straight through it, especially when Called by the Grave is just a strong card against Orkest anyway. But with no further hand traps or interruption on his side, we managed to go through our full combo and of course set a Called by the Grave. He starts his turn with an Allure of Darkness, which we of course negate and equip with Hope Harbinger. Next up, he sets a back row and activates the effect of Danger Jackalope, which we do snipe, and I activate the Called by the Grave just to get rid of it. Setting a monster, he goes to pass turn, but during his end phase I activate Spheres to bounce his back row and summon Tempest. Very easy turn for us to just clear his board and wipe him down to 0 life points. Game 2, he is of course going first, and looking at our hand, we have no interruption, so he's free to just pop off. Starting with a Scrap Recycler, he has access to his full Scrap Engine thanks to Scrap Wyvern. So summoning his Refrigerator, he then gets Recycler back out, which gives him access to the Orkest Engine, getting him to a Galatea. Resolving an Allure of Darkness, he tries to dig for some more extenders, but I don't think he finds any, so he's forced to end on a Crescendo set off Galatea's effect. 1 negate, boys, easy money, especially when we top deck into Collapserpent. So I start by normal summoning Seyfert and activating its effect, pitching Tracer from hand to search for Crusadia Draco. Next I link Seyfert into Striker Dragon to search for Boot Sector Launch, but he does flip the Crescendo here. Striker gets banished, but it's no problem at all thanks to all of our extenders. Literally all we need to do here is pretty much get to Borrelsword. Such a dumb card, by the way, being able to pull an OTK out your ass just if you have 4 materials. So I summon Black, then activate Jackalope, which he does miss, getting us another body on the board. Draco summons itself to Galatea's zone, linking into Magius, and then I make Phoenix to Magius' zone just to get the free search. Fairly straightforward from here. We do get to the Borrelsword and wipe him out. Round 3. You guys are going to love this one. We're against Danger Fortune Fairies. You might be laughing now, but I've seen this thing resolve Chainlink 7 by itself. He wins the die roll, but makes me go first. Our hand is pretty average, but if he has no interruptions, then we should still be able to build a board. Thankfully, he does have no interruptions, and we managed to make it to our full board and keep an Ash in hand as well. But can he break it? With his 6 cards, he starts off with a Danger Ogopogo, which we do miss, so he manages to summon that out and draw another card. The same again happens for a Danger Bigfoot, so I activate the effect of Spheres, bouncing back Ogopogo with the hopes of summoning out Amorphage Goliath, but I forgot Goliath was in my graveyard because I discarded it earlier.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's in fucking grave.
Rookie mistakes, man. So I summon out Tempest instead, and he activates Ogopogo again, but we hit a Dogman. So Dogman reduces all my monsters by 1000 attack, and then he reveals another Bigfoot, which we do snipe, and he uses its effect to pop Savage, so we negate that. Going into the battle phase, he uses his Bigfoot to swing over Hope Harbinger and goes through to main phase 2. With our spell negate out the way, he activates Trade In, but we do have the Ash. Not that it really changes anything because he's still able to go into Dingirsu and get rid of Savage, and we don't really have any resources left. During the end phase, Tempest bounces back to our hand and we top deck a Crusadia Draco. I'm really just clutching at straws here, so I activate Ravine, pitching Tempest to dump Brotaur. I'd used up all my rockets, so sending Absorouter wasn't an option, but with Crusadia Draco I go into the Crusadia engine because we haven't used it yet. The issue with having not went through the Crusadia engine yet was that when I special summoned the Draco I had nothing in my graveyard to add back, meaning I couldn't get the Borrelsword and really just didn't have anything worthwhile on my board.
I don't have any Crusadias in the grave. No. That would have been Borrelsword.
So basically I suck and he wins game 1 with a magicalized fusioned Quintet Magician. Game 2 I make him go first and our hand is pretty sick. We have our full combo and Nibiru also stops him if he goes a little bit too far. But after drawing from a couple of dangers he gets to card destruction, which changes our hands completely.
Whoa, hang on.
Really? Oh god.
Special yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He draws into a Fortune Fairy and they all have the same effect where if you draw them you have to reveal them and then special summon them from your hand. But that's as far as he goes, so he's set up a little wall and our hand is, you know, it's still pretty stacked. We can still make our full combo, so we should be able to just punch through it all. Top decking into a Foolish Burial, I just start comboing off and he starts showing his 1 card in hand around the room. Keep in mind this isn't a competitive game, so it's no big deal, but judging by the reactions I get a sneaky feeling that it's either Nibiru or Lava Golem.
I'm worried now.
I play into a Borrelsword and Hope Harbinger, and I also keep the resources in hand for a Borreload Savage as well and try to force out the Nibiru first by going to the battle phase.
And battle phase? That's allowed.
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh fuck, it is what I thought it was.
So it's not Nibiru, meaning I could have just kept comboing and killed him this turn, but at least if it is Lava Golem and I put out Savage in main phase 2, I'll still have at least one decent monster left after he tributes them.
Yeah?
Main 2?
Stop. End of battle, please. Is that fine?
Yeah? I was expecting Lava Golem or Nibiru.
Dude, it's fucking your turn. Lava Golem.
I fucking killed you, I didn't play around Nibiru. Quick one.
So yeah, it wasn't Lava Golem either, and it's fair to say we took game 2. Game 3, this time he decides to go first. Yes, we lost to Fortune Fairies. Feel free to roast me in the comments, god damn it. Now, before we plug those results into our overall record, we have the regional to go through as well. I'm just going to tell it to you straight, we ended up going 3-3. Round 1, we got paired against Mineburn, but luckily we were able to OTK him twice before he was able to actually get to mine. Round 2, we played against Mineburn. I really wanted my money back at this point, because it's just not fun, is it? There was like 6 or 7 people playing Mineburn at this 61-man regional. I didn't expect to see it as a deck at all, so I honestly just didn't really have the outs to it. Definitely something to learn from going forward, but for round 3, we went 2-0 against Shaddoll Invoked. Boy was using a menu as a playmat, so respect to that. But then things started to go downhill. I bricked multiple times, and I don't think I seen a single Crusadia card from here on out until round 6. So we got 2-0'd by Lunalight in round 4, and then in round 5, we also got 2-0'd by Shaddoll Kaiju Mech Invoked. It was very rare in this regional that I was actually able to make my full board, so we probably want to take a little look at consistency. Round 6, we took the match 2-0 against Mech Invoked. Unfortunately, he was unable to get to any of his invoked cards. I blind ashed a terraforming, and that was it. So yeah, 3-3 in the end, but I'm honestly not that bothered because we already have our top. I did learn a lot about our deck and what we need going forward, so that's always a bonus. It wasn't the best impact on our win-lose ratio, but we've broke 100 wins now, and honestly the overall record actually looks pretty good. So now we can move on to the prize packs and discuss what we need for our deck going forward. Alright, so just gonna have the prize pack opening in the background here. We got 4 packs of Ignition Assault. While you watch that, I am going to speak about the deck. So, something we learned today is that we obviously don't have enough Crusadia cards in the main deck. Currently we have about 8. Originally, I would have wanted to bump that up to probably about 12, but with Needle Fiber coming out, Draconet also becomes a combo starter, so we want to go for at least 9, but 9 of the correct ones. The engine can also get you to Needle Fiber, so a 3rd Arboria becomes very important right now, so we will be revisiting Cybernetic Horizon. Honestly, Needle Fiber coming out just enables so many dumb lines of play, and there's so many different cards we need to be ready for it. I know at the start of the video I said I would go into more detail about Dual Overload, but after thinking about it some more, I think there's still more theory crafting and optimizing to be done. When I revealed one of the initial end boards, quite a few of you seemed quite interested to see sort of like the behind the scenes of creating this combo. I'm more than happy to do a video like this where we try and find out what the best potential combo we can do is. So if you want to see something like that, let me know. I am going to wrap this episode up here though, because I've got to try and figure out what to buy for the next one. As always, thank you so much if you made it this far. I appreciate you watching and enjoying my content. Please remember to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. I'm getting really bad at remembering to ask you to like the video. I'm just bad at this whole YouTube thing altogether, really. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and want to see more, and with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Ciao.
Gravel road, I've been asked to slow down. Fireplace, do you